Cheese, sorry. Okay, so what we're gonna do before we put the buns in. So I already made the buns today in the morning. And if you want to know the recipe for the burger buns, we already made burgers on stream once, and I didn't want, so I'm gonna put the yolk in the fridge. I didn't want to let everything take so long because today's stream is gonna be long because we do a lot of stuff. But I didn't want it to be even longer because those take like roughly an hour of preparation. So I have an egg white, just add a splash of water in it and mix that. Gesund? Na, gesund auf keinen Fall. Vegetarisch? Ja, gesund? Nein. I'm doing wonderful. Okay, so we mix just the egg white and the water. And so those buns, again, recipes on my YouTube channel. We made it already once. Those buns got huge. I let them puff quite a long time. As you can see, they're big chunky boys. So what I'm doing before I put them in, the oven is preheated 180 degrees. I'm brushing them with my egg white water mixture. Listen, we're here for thick buns. Okay, we like our buns like we like our girls and boys. We like them thick. Really, hello. But see, I'm gonna need the whole egg white almost for those 4 buns because they're so chunky. But you only brush them like short before they go into the oven. Okay. So we got them coated. Put that to the side. I'm gonna give that to the dog in a second. And now you can do that if you don't want it. You can skip this step. But I'm gonna be. Oh my God, Lucifer, what are you doing? Did he click anything? No, we're fine, right? Yep. Okay, and now I'm just gonna sprinkle those buns with some sesame seeds. Because I like sesame seeds. You can also like put something else on. Fine long. The cooking stream today, I think we're gonna need at least 4 hours. Or 3. I'm not sure. Actually, I mean, it doesn't take super long, but I want to do a lot of things. So, did I tell you yet what we're making? I don't think I even told you. Vegetarian burgers, cauliflower wings, corn ribs, and we make a chocolate tart. So, those don't have to be warm when we eat the burgers, so I'm just gonna make them now. And they're going in. We're gonna just wait till they're golden. And now we're straight going into our chocolate tart. Okay, we're starting with the base of the cake, which is gonna be crunchy. So the tart is gonna be crunchy bottom, like a normal like cookie-like bottom. If you're lazy, you don't have to make the same flour as me. You can also just do like the cookie butter tart normal one, you know, if you're lazy. We're gonna make a good one. So for the dough, 25 grams of hazelnuts. You can either use fresh ones and put them in the food processor. I had the ground ones already. So then we need 80 grams of butter. Oopsie. I just booped the thing. 80 grams of butter. I'm gonna take some cooking butter. If you're a vegan, you can obviously use a vegan alternative. Then next we need 50 grams of sugar. Again, because somebody said if today is gonna be healthy, not at all. Today's food is gonna be a bunch of sugar, a bunch of fat, not healthy at all, but vegetarian. Just because something is vegetarian doesn't make it like instantly healthy, if that makes sense. So 50 grams of sugar. Then we need 1 egg. Then 180 grams of flour. And that's it. And now we're gonna let it do the mixing of the dough. Okay, now we have our dough. Now the dough needs to rest for half an hour. So this is what the dough looks like now. Just gonna get a bowl, put it in there and let it rest in the fridge. So we got our bottles where we're gonna fill our barbecue sauce in. I'm gonna take chat with me, so if you have any questions, let me know. Hi Reichi! I'm just gonna wash my Thermomix quick because we're gonna make, in the meanwhile the dough is resting and our buns are baking, we're gonna make our barbecue sauce. I think I made that barbecue sauce already once on stream. I think even when we made the last burgers. I'm pretty sure. I need some bottles and jars. Oh yeah, sorry, I said that wrong. Is that considered a jar or bottle? I'm not sure actually. Okay, we're starting. 45 grams of salt. In this case, I'm gonna take... Oh yeah, the buns. I need to get the buns out, guys. Can't forget the buns. Look at those beauties. Ho ho ho. Holy sh! Look at them. Thick boy buns. Ho ho. I have this fermented pepper from Ankerkraut, which is really good. It's so good. So, 1 big spoon of black pepper. What I do, I just do 1 teaspoon. I'm not that much of a pepper person. It's a kitchen machine, so it's gonna make everything small later. So salt and black pepper. Then if you want, you can put a whole, what is it called? A whole stick of cinnamon in it, and you process it in your food processor. I'm honestly not that big of a fan of cinnamon in barbecue sauce, so I'm always just putting a little bit, okay? I'm not that huge on cinnamon. You can, if you want, put a spoon of coffee beans in it. I don't know if you ever tried that. Then chili. I put my favorite chipotle chili in it. Some chili flakes. Obviously, put as much as you want. It's depending, obviously, how much heat you want in your sauce. Then, now comes where it gets really unhealthy. Now we need sugar. We're gonna put in here brown sugar. A lot of brown sugar. Now I just need to find my brown sugar there. Got it. And now we put in 140 grams of brown sugar, which is obviously a lot. But as I said, we're making like a huge batch. And this today, really not a healthy cooking stream, okay? So now we need onions, around 160 grams. I'm gonna take one big one. One big one should be, maybe we need 2 actually. We're gonna see, I'm not sure how much it's gonna be once I peel all of that away. We're gonna get our beautiful cutting board out. Cut that onion in quarters and put that in here. That's perfect. That's even a little bit more. It's almost 200 grams. Then we need garlic. So then we're gonna take, it says 15 grams of garlic. I'm gonna see how much I'm gonna take. 15 grams feels like a lot. Then 15 grams of oil. You can use whatever oil you want. I wouldn't recommend olive oil, but like some sunflower oil or something like that. Probably the best. So I'm just taking my baking butter, because this one is softer, and I'm just gonna try to make the whole form buttery. I have 3 cake rings, 2 Reinling-forms. See, that's my problem. I don't have a Reinling-form. So, and that is a Kärntnerin. It's kind of embarrassing. So, we're spreading the dough in our form. The reason you refrigerate it is so the butter gets a little bit harder again after you create the dough, if that makes sense. There we go. And we're just gonna let that be golden. Now we're gonna add to our sauteed onions, we're gonna add around 30 grams of our dry rub that we just made. We're gonna use, because we're from Carinthia, Austria, Estragon-Senf, okay? Nothing else. Estragon-Senf is the important one. 1 teaspoon. I put a little bit more because I love senf mustard. Then we need some vinegar, some white vinegar. Let me grab mine all the way in the back. 85 grams, that is. There we go, perfect. Then, the part where Stricken wants to kill me, now we need some Worcester sauce, or however you pronounce that. You know, this one, the sauce that nobody can pronounce. Then we need either you put some honey in it. Actually, I'm gonna take I have my good honey. Let's use the good honey for it. Some good local honey. 85 grams of honey. I'm gonna do that now. I didn't get a big one because it's literally just Nathan and me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it in half in order to get out the middle part. It's usually how I do it. And then I just try to cut the little flower bits off, you know, the little roses or little baby trees or however. I'm gonna put them in this little bowl I have here next to me. And we want them to be chunky. So, I mean, you do you, right? So if you want to have bigger chunks of the cauliflower, you can. Takes like nothing. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Like what we're gonna do is basically we're using the cauliflower as a vessel. And then we add the flavor to it that we want, if that makes sense. And since we're still waiting for the barbecue sauce as well, we can start prepping our corn. This is the dangerous part, okay? Corn. Cutting this is literally so dangerous. So I hope that I'm not going to lose a finger or two, okay? So what you want to do is you want to cut it in half, if that makes sense. But be careful and don't hurt yourself while doing that, okay? Those are going to be our ribs, okay? So you want to have it like this. And then you cut it one more time down the middle. So what works the best is that you cut from like, if that makes sense, like the thick part on the bottom, you try to get through that, or from the top. Because like this way around, I don't think it's the smartest, but maybe it works. Now like this way I press out all the juices. But yeah, that's the hardest part about the corn ribs, to just get that through. What you can do, if you don't want to hurt yourself, you can take this. This is gonna be loud, I'm sorry. Chop chop, and we're through. So what you want to do with the corn, we also want to boil the corn, but we're gonna do that later. So I'm just gonna put it to the side. So now comes the part where we add the ketchup. I think, like for this you can just use like cheap ketchup. I always have like a bottle of cheap ketchup at home for sauces and stuff. Let me, if I could reach it. It's all the way in the back. Oh my god, I'm so tiny. Give me 1 second. I'm having it in a second. All the way in the back. There we go. And we're gonna put the oven down to 120 degrees. Sorry for the cough. So this is just pre-baked, okay? This is not fully done yet. This is just the base of the tart. The chocolate part comes on top. So you just want it to be like a little bit golden on the top, but not fully done yet. So 250 grams. Oh, I just drank. I'm gonna drink again, dark. So 250 grams of ketchup. So another trick, if you use ketchup like this, especially for sauces, just add a little bit of water. Mix it. And then you get the rest out as well. Wash that off. And now we gotta fill our barbecue sauce in our jaws. And this is gonna be the most delicious barbecue sauce. The rub that we have left over, we're gonna use for the wings. And for our ribs as well. So now I'm just filling it into my bottles. There we go. What you can do, you can put it like upside down. This way it's gonna get like the vacuum thing. Gang gang. Now we're making the filling for the tart. So we are using 200 grams of bitter chocolate. So you don't take milk chocolate. What I usually use, it says to use the 50%, but I take the mild 70%. I'm, to be honest, not a big fan of the bitter one. So I usually take the mild 70. That's like the area that's fine. Because I like it, you know, like I'm at the age where I like dark chocolate. So you just put in pieces. I'm at the age where dark chocolate is getting delicious. As a kid, you hated it, or I hated it, and now I'm a big fan. There we go. So we have 200 grams of chocolate. It's getting loud again, chat. Just a warning. It's gonna pulverize the chocolate, I think. Or it's gonna heat it up, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it's gonna pulverize it, guys. I'm gonna go away. Quick, I'm running. I'm so sorry, it's so loud. I'm so sorry. Now, so to the 200 grams, I'm gonna be adding some heavy cream, 150 grams to be exact. And now it's gonna warm the chocolate with the heavy milk, the heavy cream up to 90 degrees and make it one nice consistency. Now what we need to add is 2 egg yolks. We have 1 egg yolk from earlier that we're gonna use. And then Mira is gonna get 1 more egg white. So we add 2 egg yolks into the chocolate heavy cream mix. Okay. And 50 grams of sugar. This is so delicious, Jesus. 70% chocolate. Just moving it a little bit. And then 30 to 35 minutes, 120 degrees. Now we're making the batter. So what we're gonna do, we don't boil the cauliflower before something. We're gonna make the cauliflower only in the oven, but we make a batter where we dip it in first. So for the batter, I have the measurements only in cups because that's an American recipe that I use. So just letting you know. So first we need half a cup of milk. If you're vegan, you can use whatever milk you want. From what I read, I think almond milk, unsweetened, works best. Half a cup of water. Then we need 3/4 of a cup of flour. Let me get the flour. And now we can add whatever spices that we want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some of the rub that we made earlier. So you can obviously put whatever spice you want in that. Don't forget, this is just the batter first. We're still gonna drench them afterwards in sauce, so you don't have to add too much to this. But I'm gonna be like a spoon of my spice mix that I made. So there's pepper, sugar, salt, etc., etc. What I'm gonna put as well is some garlic powder, put some cumin, and I'm gonna put some, let's see, what else do I feel like? What do I feel like? What do I feel like? I think that's actually it. I think that's what I'm gonna put in there. And then I just mix this in the batter. It's a little bit liquidy for my taste. Yeah, I think actually paprika. You're right. Let's put some paprika in there. Let's put some, but I'm gonna put some smoky paprika to give it a little bit of smoky paprika. So you want to use parchment paper for this, not aluminum foil, and don't just grease the pan and put it on. They're gonna be sticky as. So make sure parchment paper, no wax paper, no nothing, parchment paper, okay? That's what you want. Of cauliflower. I'm gonna make mine bite size, okay? And I want to make half. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dip it in my batter, fully submerge it, fully, and then you wanna like let the leftover drip, okay? And you set it on the thing. You don't want it to be like too wet, otherwise they're not gonna get crunchy, and you don't want it to be like too dry either, because otherwise you're just gonna have like dry cauliflower. The quarters of our corn, we're just gonna put that in the boiling water for 5 to 10 minutes, okay? Smelling great. So just, you can use a lot of butter for this, okay? For the garlic. And then what you want to do is you're going to take your honey. Okay, I need to wait 5 more minutes. So halfway through, when the broccoli is done halfway through, is when we flip it, okay? You want to flip it half the way through. There we go. Once the garlic starts browning, you can turn the heat down a little bit to a low medium. And I'm just gonna add some honey to it. There we go. And now I'm just mixing butter, honey, and garlic. This is all you need, like this. So we're gonna take it out and we're gonna flip all the pieces. That's also where you can see if you use the right amount of batter or not. So you're taking the cauliflower out, and now it should come off easy, just like for me. If yours is still sticking to the baking tray, you gotta have to wait a little bit longer, okay? We go, and now we put them back in the oven for 12 more minutes. Should we start preparing for, let me think, what else do we need to do? We need to char our ribs. We're waiting for the cauliflower for like 5 more minutes. Then we're gonna coat the cauliflower in our sauce and put it in for 25 more. Then we're gonna char our ribs. Then we can already make our patties for the burgers. Oof, it's gonna be great. Okay, so as I already said, we're gonna make half. I'm gonna make half the wings barbecue, half the wings honey garlic. So how I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna try to coat them with what we made. Obviously we have some of the barbecue sauce here that we just made earlier, and our honey garlic. Hell yeah. I'm just gonna warm that up a little bit so it's a little bit more runny. And what we're gonna do is, we have the oven on 230, right? So we're gonna give it a nice little toast in the oven. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put, careful dog, it's hot. We're gonna put those up. And we're gonna put them with this side up so we get it toasted a little bit. Thin slices. Obviously you can top your burger with whatever you want. Look at those dark spots on the corn. That's what you want, okay? You want that to happen. You can also like press them down on the other sides. It just gives it the kind of like grilled feel, if that makes sense, right? And then in the end, when we're done cooking those, we're gonna toss them one more time in the sauce, like you would do with like buffalo wings or something like that. Our butter is melting. While the butter is melting, we're gonna throw our corn in there. You can obviously, instead of doing the thing with the butter here, you can do that in a pan. They don't even all fit in here, god damn it. Too much corn, it's okay, we're gonna toss them around later. There we go. And we can put this back in the fridge. We're gonna put some of the corn ribs. I'll put like 2 each. Now the cauliflower is done. Perfect timing. I'm turning off the oven. Dropped some more. Sorry for dropping. Sorry for the droppings. There we go. And we're done. Nathan! Food! Thank you for everything again. Have a beautiful day and see you again tomorrow. Love you. Bye.